Hello! It's Raimi, and today I am actually so excited. I have been planning this video for probably, I don't know, maybe a month now. I've been brainstorming all kinds of ideas for you guys, and I am so excited to get to share my ultimate gift guide for book lovers. So you can gift your book lover in your life something really special, something that you know that they will love. Yeah, stamp of approval from me, aka a self-proclaimed book lover. So I hope that this gift guide is helpful to you, and let's get into it because we have quite a few ideas. I will have everything linked down below, and I will also link to a public Google Doc. So if you don't want to filter through the links on YouTube, you can just click on that Google Doc. It'll have everything laid out and ready for you to shop. And that's all the critical info that you need. So let's get into the ultimate book lovers gift guide. Also, if you see me looking down, I have my computer here just so I make sure to keep on track and make sure that I hit the items that I'm wanting to hit. So if you see me looking down, that is why. The first category is buying books for your book lover. So if you want to actually gift them a book, these are my tips, these are my ideas for gifting them a book that they will love. So the first, and probably the most straightforward, easiest, is to go on your book lover friend's Goodreads, Storygraph, or whatever app that they use to track their reading and their TBR and their progress. Some people use wish lists on Amazon, whatever. If you can get access to that, that is so awesome. And all you have to do is pick a book off of their TBR list or want to read list, and boom, you are set. You have a book that you already know that they're excited to read, and you can gift them that book. Also, I never am mad if someone just straight up asks me, like, what books are you wanting right now? I understand that, you know, sometimes you want to be able to surprise someone with a book or gift someone a surprise, but I would never ever be mad if someone approached me and said, hey, I want to buy you something for Christmas. What books are you wanting to read right now? Don't be afraid to ask your book lover what books they actually want to read. Next, if they are reading a series that you know that they are partway through or they just started and they're really loving it, I always recommend buying the next book or one of the books in the series, or 2 or 3, or finishing the series for them, or whatever your budget looks like. I think that's a great way to guarantee that they're going to love the book, because if they're already loving the series, they're gonna be very excited to receive the rest of the series gifted. Next is something really fun, and I have done a couple videos on this. I would highly recommend getting someone a blind date with a book. I think it is so much fun, and one of the Etsy shops that I truly loved receiving their book was Honey Lemon Crafts. I have them linked below. This is their Etsy store, and they just do the most beautiful books. And also for the month of December, they do a mystery book advent calendar. It is spendy, so it depends on your budget, but that would also be a really fun gift to give. I don't know if it's 12 books, I don't know if it's 24 books, I'm not sure, I didn't really look into that. I think that the way that they put the books together, their book choices are really good, and I love that you can go into their listing and you can actually pick the genre, and I think you can pick the quality of the book that you want, and you can even leave memos for, like, I don't like this kind of content, or I've read this book. I think you can even link the person's Goodreads so you won't get any repeat books. I would highly recommend a blind date with a book. It's just so much fun. Next is a book subscription box. I have never bought one of these or received one of these. I would love to receive one of these. There are so many book subscription boxes out there depending on what kind of books your book lover likes to read, what your price range is, and when you need the box. Buy some of the ones that are the most popular and have probably the coolest books or the best price on books would be Fairy Loot. They do amazing exclusive editions. And then there's Book of the Month, which is probably going to be the most cost effective. Or you can even, something that would be a good idea is if you weren't sure like what book or what box or whatever, you could always go and purchase a gift card or tell your person like, hey, like I would love to buy you a book subscription box. Let's pick one out together. So there's Fairy Loot, Book of the Month, Owl Crate, Once Upon a Book Club, and there are so many more, so you would just have to do your research, but those are the ones that I have seen and I have been very, very motivated to buy from. Next, I think that it's always a safe bet to buy someone a book from an author that they already love. If you just talk to your book lover a lot and they tell you repeatedly, oh, I love this author, or I love that author, I would highly recommend buying a book from an author that they already know and love, because it's almost guaranteed to be a book that they're also going to love. But like I said, it's always good to either double check on their Goodreads story graphs or whatever book tracking app, because you never know, these book people be a little crazy and be reading lots and lots of books. So, and then last but certainly not least, for the audiobook lovers, I think that it would be wonderful to gift someone a Audible subscription. So you can kind of do that based on your budget and kind of what your price range is. You could do 1 month, you could do 3 months, you could do 6 months, you could do a year. I just think that's so fun. And I mean, I personally, not gonna lie, I prefer using Libby just because I do think Audible is a little expensive, but if someone were to gift me an Audible subscription, I would probably be over the moon, because they have Audible exclusive books, they have an amazing platform for audiobooks. On to the next category, and I kind of built this category for book lovers that really enjoy quality time. I totally understand that sometimes buying a gift card is the safest bet and it's the best way to guarantee that the person you care about is going to get something that they love. And I think to kind of bump that up or even amp up that gift card gift would be to sit down and say, hey, I would love to plan a day with you, take you out, let's use your gift card, we can go book shopping together, you know, maybe we get some lunch, maybe we just hang out, read one of the new books you buy, kind of adding in that extra like, hey, like I really would want to spend time with you. And it's also nice, instead of just taking your person book shopping, it's almost nice to buy someone a gift card, because then they don't have to worry about overspending, they don't have to worry about asking for a certain book, they don't have to feel like they're tiptoeing or uncomfortable. They just have this gift card that they know, okay, it's a set amount, and they can confidently go shopping with you and know that this is how much I have to spend, and I don't have to ask uncomfortable or awkward questions. So I personally think that's an amazing solution to taking someone out book shopping and not wanting them to feel uncomfortable, but you also can get that quality time aspect of taking someone book shopping. Next, I think that this one is really fun, and this one is definitely more on the budget-friendly side, is it would be so fun to take your book lover on a free little library hunt. So you would definitely need to come prepared. So if you maybe thrift some books beforehand, or maybe you have some books that you're wanting to get rid of, and maybe you bring a stack of 5, 7 books, depending on how many little libraries you're wanting to hit up, and you provide the exchange books, and you make a day of it, and you and your book lover go around and drive to all these different free little libraries and check them out, and any book that your book lover wants, you get to exchange for them, and they can take whatever book they want out of the free little library because you brought and you provided those trade-in books. I just think that that would be such a fun idea and such a fun way to explore your town, spend so much quality time together, and it be a cost-effective gift to give someone, and they wind up getting that experience with you, and they get to take books home with them, and they didn't have to worry about exchanging or getting rid of any of their books. I just think that that would be so much fun, and I like want to plan that with one of my friends because that just sounds like a blast. That is going on my Christmas to-do list. Next, a classic but always a good one is a coffee reading date. So if you want to either provide a book for your friend and then say, hey, I'd love to go out to coffee and read this book together, or you just have the budget to buy them coffee, both ways work. So you would just invite your book lover out to coffee and be like, hey, bring your book, I want to sit down, I want to read with you, I want to hang out, and coffee is on me. I think that that's such a fun and cost-effective way to spend time with your book lover, do something that they love to do, go out and read, and you get to have that experience together while giving them a little gift of coffee or hot chocolate or matcha or whatever they love to drink. So I think that would be such a fun way to spend quality time with your book lover. And last but certainly not least is this trend going around. I'll see if I can pop a video up on the screen of an example, but there have been people that have been taking out their book lovers to do a 2-minute shopping spree in any bookstore. So it could be Barnes & Noble, it could be any of your local bookstores, and you essentially give them however many minutes you want them to shop for. So I've seen 1 minute, I've seen 2 minutes, I've seen 5 minutes, depending on your budget, because you know, gotta be careful. But I just think that that would be so much fun. A lot of people say, okay, you have 1 minute to look around the store, take inventory of what you want to grab, and then you have 1 minute to grab all of the books that you want. Now buy whatever you can hold. And I just think that is such a fun and like crazy experience. I would be so excited if someone wanted to gift that to me, and I just think it would be so fun and like such a funny memory to have with someone. So I would highly recommend, if you have the budget to do so and the time and the ability to do that, I just think that it would be so much fun. The next category is book related items for your book lover. So the first one, which I was actually gifted by my mom, which was so sweet, is a book advent calendar. So there are tons of different book advent calendars. There are book related advent calendars. There are actual literal book advent calendars, kind of like I talked about with Lemon Honey Crafts. Like she actually sends out like a full book advent calendar and you get a book throughout December. And I've seen people home make those. I've seen people buy them. And there are also book related advent calendars, which is what I was so wonderfully gifted by my mom, and I have it right here. It is so cute. It has 25 days of little book related items to open throughout the month of December, which I think is just so much fun. Yes, any kind of book related advent calendar, I think that your book lover would be ecstatic to receive. Next is a book reading, a book tracker, a book reading, a book journal. There's so many different names for them, but a book tracking journal. Yeah, that makes sense. A book tracking journal. I tried to make one on my own, like to draw it and like, you know, hand do all of the different things, and I just did not keep up with it. This is something that I would love. Oh my gosh. It has these amazing pages set up, already prepped and ready for you. And I went through and looked at all the different pages on Etsy, and I was just obsessed with the different ways to track your reading. I was like, yes, 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 please. This is amazing. I just think a book tracking journal is such a fun gift to give. Next is annotating items. So that could be anything from pens, highlighters, book tabs, transparent Post-its, all kinds of different things. So I listed a bunch of my favorite in the description below. I have some of my favorite highlighters are the Mildliners and the Mr. Pen sleek ones. So these are really interesting. So these are actually specifically made to be a little bit more of a wax than a ink highlighter. So they glide over the page really well and they do not soak through because they are wax, a little bit more like a crayon almost. They can be a little bit hard to work with because you can't press very hard. You have to kind of go over very softly multiple times. But I really like these for books that have really thin pages, or when I'm highlighting things in my Bible even. But also for more of a traditional highlighter, these Mildliners are so wonderful. I absolutely love them. They work for most book pages that are like a regular weight page, and they come in so many fun colors. And the two pens that I found, absolutely love them. The Zebra Sarasa clip, I love them. They don't bleed through, and they are pretty smudge resistant. I mean, if you like swipe your finger over it right after you write something down, like it's going to smudge a little bit, very minimally, but just a little bit. And then the Sharpie S gel, I think is what they are. Those don't come in really any colors, but those are amazing pens. They do not bleed, they do not smear, they do not run. Like, amazing black pen if you want a really, really good quality black pen that you can write in any of your books, any of your pages with. That one's a great one. It just doesn't come in really any colors, whereas the Zebra Sarasa clip comes in really fun colors. So it just kind of depends on what you think is best for your book lover. You can do 1, 2, 3, or a whole annotation kit for your book lover, and then provide them something to put all of their supplies in. So I have all of my pens and highlighters in this adorable little pink jar. I just absolutely love it. I keep this on my bookshelf. But you can do a little pouch, you can do a soft woven basket, or whatever fits your book lover's aesthetic to put all of your fun annotating supplies in. As a book lover, I would be over the moon to receive something like that. So highly recommend a annotation kit, or even one of those things. If you got them a set of highlighters, I think that is absolutely wonderful. Next, I actually have mine with me, a Kindle cover. So I actually made mine. So if you are crafty and you can knit or crochet, I would highly recommend making a Kindle cover. I just put a little button on it so it holds it, and boom, here's my little Kindle right in there, and it's protected whenever I throw it in my bag. I mean, I have a clear case on it, but it doesn't protect the screen, so that's why, like, when I throw it in a bag or when I'm traveling, I really like having my Kindle cover. So you can make one, any color, any button, any, you know, whatever, or you can buy one. I linked one below, made by a really cute Etsy seller. Next, okay, this one is so fun, and I personally am like so ready to buy one of these. So if your book lover is already really into annotating and they have their favorite pen and favorite highlighter that they like to have per book or whatever, or they're just very into annotating, I would highly recommend this. It's a pen and highlighter holder. So I found a couple Etsy sellers. One of them I've actually ordered from before and I absolutely love. I follow her on social media. It's Lightitupliterary. So it essentially just loops around the front cover of your book and it holds your pen and highlighter for you. So while you're reading, throughout your time of reading, you can just have your pen and highlighter right there. So when you throw it in your bag, or when you go to a coffee shop and read, or even when you're reading at home, like, you have the annotating stuff with you. I just think that is so fun. Next is book sweaters. These are just so cute and so popular, and there are 10 million different ones that you can find on Etsy. I absolutely love these book merch sweaters, these bookish sweaters. I just think that they are so cute, and you can get non-specific ones. Like, some of the ones that I linked down below are non-specific, but you can also, if you know of a book series or a book character or something that your book lover loves, you can get like specific books, book series, characters, book events, like book locations, like all different, like uber specific, very niche book merch, which I think is so fun. So you can be as broad or specific as you want with it. I would love to receive a bookish sweater. I just think they're so cute and I would wear the crap out of it. I would absolutely love it. So highly recommend. Next is book art. Okay, I actually saw this originally from Sarah Caroli. She had this book print above her bed for a very long time and it was so cute. It was like a custom, like, I think she got to pick out the book titles that were painted onto this art print, and I just thought that was so cute. And so I found a couple Etsy sellers, one that's a little bit more colorful and bright, and one that's more minimal, and I linked them down below. But essentially it's this art print of a book stack, and then you get to put whatever book titles you want on it. You can put it in whatever frame you think would match their house, or you can just give them the print, whatever works best for you. But I just think that this is such a cool idea. I think it's such a fun way to gift someone something that's so custom to them and so tailored to them and would be so incredibly special. So I just think that this is such a special gift to give someone. Next is a book tote bag, and I linked a couple below, but there are customizable ones, there are book specific ones, there are all kinds of different prints on these canvas tote bags, and I just think they are so cute. I have one that I actually got from a bookshop in Hawaii that I use primarily. But like, do I want like a super really cute aesthetic one? Like, yes I do. So I might be buying one because there are a couple on my list that I'm like obsessed with and I think they are so cute. If your book lover already has one of these, it's not ever a bad thing to have more than one of. And if they don't have one, I think that they would be so excited to receive a book tote. Okay, last but certainly not least, the category is tech for your book lover. This is the smallest category, but I think that these things pack a punch. Okay, so the first things are kind of like they go together. They're a little bit of like a tandem thing, but would be a Kindle page turner and a Kindle stand. So I have seen these like all over TikTok and people using these, and I am obsessed. Like, I want this setup so bad. It is like the epitome of lazy reading, and I am so here for it, okay? So essentially it is this little device that you clip onto the side of your Kindle, and you have this remote that you can hold onto, and it turns the pages for you. And then if you pair it with the stand, you can clip it onto anything and read without using your hands. You don't have to hold your Kindle, you don't have to prop it up, you don't have to do any of that. So I've seen people clip it onto their bed frame and like curl up in bed, and it's kind of like the stand has like this wire in it, so you can move it around anywhere that you want. And once you clip the little thing, like you can literally just be like curled up in bed. You don't have to have your hands out of the covers, because we all know that our hands get cold from reading, holding our books outside of the covers, okay? So you just set it up, you have your little page turner on there, and you have the remote with you under the covers, and you just get to sit there and click through and read your book. Like, that just sounds like the ultimate reading experience to me. That sounds like so much fun. I think that this is an amazing gift for a Kindle lover specifically. Last but certainly not least, I think it would be so wonderful to gift a book lover a pair of headphones if they don't already have a really good pair of headphones. This comes in a very wide range of prices, so depending on your price range is kind of dependent on the type of headphones that you get, but I absolutely love reading with music. So I always listen to instrumental music while I'm reading. It helps me focus, it helps me kind of almost immerse better into my book. And so when I'm reading in public, I, you know, need some headphones so that I'm not disturbing everyone around me. And even when I'm at home, sometimes my husband doesn't want my like fantasy playlist playing all the time, which I totally understand. So I will pop in my headphones so that I can have the ultimate reading experience anytime, anywhere. And I just think that that would be such a wonderful gift, not just for the times that they're reading, but for their whole life, having a nice pair of headphones. Yeah, oh my gosh, that is it for this video. That was so much. So I hope that there was something on the list for you, something that helped you get ideas for your book lover. And I just am so excited for this Christmas season and what is to come, all the amazing reading that we're going to do. And I also think I want to do a little shorts series on TikTok and Instagram and even on YouTube of opening each day of my little Christmas advent calendar. So there is just so much fun Christmas content coming, and I just cannot wait. But I hope this video helped you get an idea, or that I gave you an idea for buying a gift for your book lover in your life. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye.